Hello and welcome back to the Alteryx Weekly Challenge. Me, Nick Bignell. This is challenge number 82, and we're looking at the path of a solar eclipse that happened in 2017, August 21st. It passed over North America on that day, and we basically need to map out the path of the solar eclipse. Then we've got to determine if your current location is within the path of totality. If not, what is the minimum distance from your location to being within the boundaries of totality? Okay, so that's going to be slightly tricky because I'm actually in the UK, and so some way away from North America. So we'll see how we go there. Anyway, let's maybe I'll choose a place in North America to do it from. Okay, so let's, what's these hints here? Convert geographic degrees and minutes into decimal degrees using the formula degrees plus brackets minutes divided by 20 close brackets. Okay. Longitudes in North America are negative values. Okay. And then it's helpful to limit the path of totality to boundary in North America. Well, as I said, I'm not in North America, so that might be difficult. Anyway, let's get to the start page, start file. So what we have here is an input file which has a lot of different longitudes and latitudes. There's looks like a northern limit, southern limit, central line. What if we need that central line? Anyway, we'll go with it. And then it's broken down, so we can. I think we need to just deal with this now. What's this? It says limits. I think okay in terms of northern limit, and then what's this? What we got down here? Then we got something which looks odd. Okay, so we don't need anything from down here. Okay, so let's do a bit of prep of this, get it into a clean state. Let's switch, get rid of the N's and the W's. Let's then what we'll then do is we'll take it to to convert it to decimals, and then put in the spatial object point. Where are they? Here. Create points and go from there. All right, let's get going. Okay, so we've created the format. Just run that, so we've got something to look at. Yeah, it doesn't like it because I haven't configured it. We've got the data into lat long along here, and we have all the points, so we can convert that. I think I might just get rid of these nulls. Okay, and in here we'll take the north. So we'll do the north ones, latitude and longitude, it's the wrong way around, okay. North long, and that will create a point for each one, and then we can take again, do another one, which will be this, what are we going to call this? Let's just make sure, let's see what it's called. Let's bring in this select after it, run that. What do we get? What's it called at the end? Centroid. So we can rename that. So let's name that north line. Okay. Point. Let's say point. Okay, and we can get rid of all of these. I'll keep one, which is the time. I'll call that time. Yeah, we want to repeat it here. Okay, let's stick a browse on the end of that and we'll see what we've got. We should have, if we put in a nice few lines, bring in a... Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit to see what we've got. Okay, so we've got 3 lines going through it, so we now need to, I guess, create, I wonder if we need to combine this whole thing into, see if we're inside it or not. So we create an object. But at the moment we've got all the points, so we can work out which point we're closest to. So we'll leave that there for now. So that's one endpoint that we can then check afterwards. But to see if we are in the particular, we need an input to see, first of all, where we are. So let's have a look. I chose, so let's say I'm in New York. I've got the latitude and longitude of New York here. So let's just pick this up, and we can put that and call it lat, and pick this up and call it long. Okay, so let's put a point in, a spatial point. That's our, there we go, so that's what we picked it up. Okay, so we now have we now have a point to compare to. So what we need to do here is to combine all of this into a single. So first of all, we need to build a poly, I think, to be able to bring them together. I think we need to bring them all together first, and that's not without, it needs to be a point rather than a... Okay, well we can simply do that. We can just bring in a transform. We can move it from, yep, we can get it to... Okay, so let's just get rid of all of this. We don't need that anymore. Okay, and so that will combine. So all we need to bring in are the points and that. Yeah, so that's now brought it in here, and then we can do it on the value here. Yeah, so it's already figured out why we want the value. Let's run that. Let's have a look what it's done. It's joined right across from here to here. So maybe we want to sequence it by time. Okay, I think we need to go take a different approach to this. Let's start again. I think what we're going to do is, let's get rid of that browser. That's unfortunate. I think what we're going to do is just look at the distance between them, and this. That's what we're going to do. So if we append this to the data that we have, so if we bring that and we apply, let's do that. Right. Okay. Now run it. Okay, so now we have the centroid is our location, so we'll wish you could rename these now. Just bring in a, let's call it something else. Call it New York. Okay, and then we'll run it, and that should give us 2 points. So we want to run distance from each of the points, and if, let's try to work this out. How do we work out what's there? So if we could look at the degrees. So if the degrees difference is, so let's run the first one. We want to do a distance thing. So let's go from the north point to, no, we want it from New York to the north point, and we want cardinal direction. Yeah, because if it's different, then we're looking at a it being inside. If it's not different, then if it's the same, then we're looking at being outside. Yeah, he says logic. Okay, so we'll get miles distance. Okay, so let's see. So the first one we've got is distance direction west, and all of the points. So we just want to take the max distance here, and that'll give us the, if we summarize this, yep, then we can repeat it with the others and see which one's the Okay, so that's given us a if we're in or not, and we want the, oh, it's not the max distance, it's the min distance we wanted. What a numpty. Right, okay. That makes a whole lot more sense. Right, min. Why did I not? That's better. Okay. So it's still southwest direction. That makes much more sense. And the shorter one is, so what we want is the, what do we want to create it as? So I'm going to create these two, distance miles. So let's create a formula. For, well, that's a different number, but effectively, yeah, northern limit boundary with the distance of 576 from whatever that is, I don't know. So that is it done. Thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.